Welcome to my channel Concepts in Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So in the previous class we have discussed about what is a charge, what is electric potential, what is potential difference, what is electromotive force, what is voltage, current, and this class we are going to discuss about what is a resistance, what is electric circuit, what is Ohm's law and its limitations, color coding of a resistor, and laws of resistance, potentiometer. So let's see what is a resistance. Definition: resistance, it is the property of a conducting material to oppose the flow of electrons through it. Resistance and resistor are both are different. Like a resistor is a noun whereas a resistance is an adjective. So resistance is a property of a resistor. So resistance is a property of a conducting material to oppose the flow of electrons through it, and its unit is ohms. It is denoted by the symbol R. And good conductors always exhibit the lesser resistance. The reason you all know, we have seen different materials like a copper and aluminum whose valence electrons are very freely to move, and therefore in such materials where the valence electrons are lesser than the 4, they have the very good conducting property. And example, when a voltage of 1 volt is connected across a wire, and if it causes 1 ampere of current to flow, then we say that the resistance of the wire is said to be 1 ohm. So let us see what is an electric circuit. Normally an electric circuit may consist of a source and a switch and a load, usually maybe an electrical load, and the connecting wire of all these things. A source can be of a AC source or it can be a DC source. Switches are also of different types, maybe a single throw switch and double pole, double throw switch, etc. And usually a bulb is treated as the load here in this case. And in an open circuit, so if the circuit is open, then the current value is said to be 0 and resistance is found to be infinity value. And if the circuit is short circuited, voltage will become 0 and current is infinity. Short circuited in the sense purely the voltage terminals are short circuited, then the voltage will become 0, the current, large current will flow and is treated as infinity current, practically, which is not feasible. In a normal closed circuit, voltage is directly proportional to current and R. So let us see what is the Ohm's law. So this person is a George Simon Ohm. He is a German scientist and also professor of mathematics and physics. And the unit of resistance is named after him. So see, the Ohm's law states the relation between the voltage current at a constant temperature. So this is most important because the Ohm's law is valid only for the constant temperature conditions. So it can be defined as way at constant temperature the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across the ends of the conductor. So you all know the potential difference across the potential difference is nothing but the energy work done in bringing the unit positive charge from one place to another end. So I is directly proportional to V. I is equal to some constant K into V. So where K is equal to 1 by R. So therefore I is equal to V by R. K is the constant of the proportionality. There are certain limitations of the Ohm's law. So the first limitation is it is not applicable to non-linear devices like vacuum tubes and gas filled tubes and thermionic devices, etc. So it cannot be applied to these non-linear type of devices where the gases or inside these tubes. And second limitation, it is not applicable where the temperature is not maintained constant. Because when the temperature is not maintained constant, the resistance, the proportionality K also get varies. When it get varies, so therefore the Ohm's law violation takes place. So therefore it is the second limitation of the Ohm's law. And third limitation, not applicable to non-metallic conductors. A non-metallic conductor may be a plastic, or it can be a wood, or it can also be a semiconductor. So not applicable. Fourth, not applicable where the gases are liberated on the electrodes. As an example, you can consider this is a battery where the two electrodes are laid outside here. So when these electrodes are very commonly exposed to some of the gases produced by these lead acids, so here it is not applicable. And not applicable to arc devices like arc furnaces and arc lamps. Such cases where the arc furnaces, arc produced equipments, in such cases also the Ohm's law cannot be applied. And not applicable to semiconductor devices, very well known as non-linear devices, because Ohm's law can be strictly applied to a linear device where the voltage current characteristics are found to be straight line passing through the origin. In case of the semiconductors, the characteristics of Vi are found to be a non-linear in nature, and that is why it cannot be applied. It cannot be applied directly to the AC circuits because the picture of the inductance and impedance coming to the picture, it cannot be directly applied to the AC circuits. Let us see what is the value of this resistor. This value of this resistance, you can it can be found by using the color bands. The first band indicates the, here you are viewing the resistor with the different color bands. One common band is sky blue in color, and another all bands are yellow is the first band, and here pink is the second, and orange is the third band here, and in the red is the fourth band observed here. So I am defining now in case of the 4 band resistor. So first band indicates the first number which is close to the edge. Second band indicates the second number, and third band indicates the decimal multiplier which gives the number of zeros after the 2 digits. Suppose if it is a 5 band resistor, the third band indicates the third number. So in case of this 4 band resistor, the third band indicates the decimal multiplier which gives the number of zeros after the 2 digits. Fourth band indicates percentage tolerance. You can see here the example, the 4 band code and 5 band code for a resistance as shown here. You can calculate the value of the resistance. In the first case of 4 band code, see it is first colors are indicated like this. Black is indicated with the number 0, brown is indicated with 1, and red indicated with the 2 number, orange with the 3, and yellow with the 4, and green color with the 5, and blue color with the 6 number, violet color with the 7 number, and grey color with 8 number, a white color with 9 number, and gold and silver are treated for the tolerance calculations. Say, let us calculate the value of the resistance in the 4 band code resistance shown above. So the first band is green here, so therefore green color number is said to be 5. So therefore the 5 is first put in the aside. Next second band is, you can observe it is a blue, so therefore it is indicated with the 6 number 5 and 6. And the third you can see here, it is yellow. Third band, so third band yellow. Third band indicates what? In case of a 4 band code, it is indicated with the multiplier. So therefore 4 it is multiplied with the, yellow, it is having the 10k. So therefore the value will become 56 into 10k, that is 560 kilo ohm. And the fourth fourth band you can see there, fourth band, it is of color in gold color. So therefore gold color is having a tolerance of plus 5%. Similarly, you can view a 5 band code. In the 5 band code, as an example, the first one which is having the violet color, and second band is having the orange color, and third band is having the blue color, and fourth one is having the black, and fifth one is having the brown color. You can see the first one you can calculate like red color, it is indicated with 2. Red color it is indicated with 2, and therefore 2. And next one is with the 3. 3 in the sense here you can see orange, so 2 3. And next one is the violet. Violet is having a number 7, so 237 ohms. And you can see the multiplier, it is found to be it is indicated with the black, and therefore it is 0. Black it is indicated with 0, therefore 237 ohms, I mean 10 power 0, 0 in the sense, so 237 ohms. So plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1% tolerance, because the last one is indicated with the brown, so brown is having a tolerance of plus 1%. In this way you can find out the value of the resistance based upon the color coding. So how to remember these color codes? Right, there is a very well known concept, right? B.B. Roy of Great Britain has very good wife. You can see the first B indicates the black, and second B indicates the brown, and third B indicates red, and third R indicates the red, and fourth is having the orange O, and next Y indicates yellow, and green indicates, and in the Britain blue indicates B, and in a very violet, and in the G good it is gray, and in the wife it is, you can see it is white color. So in this way B.B. Roy of Great Britain has a very good wife. You can remember the number of the colors which are appear there in a order of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So next let us see what is loss of resistance. Resistance or of a material depends upon the following. One is the length L, cross-sectional area A, and nature of the material, and also the temperature. So there are number of laws defined here. The first law, resistance or of a material of a conductor is directly proportional to its length. So mathematically, or resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. So here we have the two wires of different lengths. So the first wire is having a resistance R1 with length L1, and second wire is having a resistance R2 with length L2. So when the length is more, the resistance will also be more. The length is more, the resistance will also be more. So from this figure 1, I2 is greater than I1, then R2 will be greater than R1, provided cross-sectional area being the same. We are not disturbing the cross-sectional area. And second law, resistance offered by a material is inversely proportional to its area of cross-section. So mathematically R is inversely proportional to, R is proportional to 1 by or L by A, so 2. So let us see, combining these two equations 1 and 2, what we get, R is proportional to L by A. R is directly proportional to L and inversely proportional to area of cross section. So R is equal to some K constant into L by A, and that is R is equal to rho L by A. That K is called constant of proportionality, and here K is taken as rho or HO, which is known as the resistivity or specific resistance of the material. Rho also depends upon the nature of the material. Resistivity depends upon the nature of material as discussed earlier. So it is understood that the area of the cross section A1 of the conductor is more, then the resistance will be less. You can observe here in this diagram, A1 is the conductor having the more cross-sectional area without disturbing the length L. And similarly, conductor 2, A2 is having a area of cross-section less. So therefore, from the figure A2 is less than the A1. So hence, its resistances will be opposite. That means R2 will be greater than R1. So provided that the length of these conductors are same. So laws of resistance, third law. Resistance also depends upon the nature of the material as discussed. The conductors made of different materials but of same dimensions, namely length and area of cross section. The resistance offered by them is different. Say suppose copper is a material which is having one resistance R1 and brass is a material which is having a resistance of R2 and silver is another material which is having a resistance of R3. And fourth law, the resistance depends upon the temperature of the material. The resistance offered by the material changes if the temperature changes. So it also depends upon the temperature. Say suppose it again depends upon the material and behavior changes from material to material, because some materials which will offer when the temperature is raised its resistance is also raised in some materials, but whereas in some other materials like semiconductors when the temperature increases its resistance decreases. So it is having the different materials will exhibit the different properties are affected because of the temperature. So let us see a table here how it is affected on the conductors and insulators and semiconductors. Say in case of the conductor, when the temperature increases its resistance also increases. So in case of an insulator, consider a mica insulator. So when the temperature increases here, the insulator resistance decreases. Say in case of a semiconductor, up to the room temperature it behaves as an insulator. So therefore when the temperature increases initially it will not conduct. After reaching to a certain temperature the semiconductor starts conducting. So therefore when the temperature is further increased then only the conduction will take place. So there are different types of resistors. One is the carbon composition, and second one is the deposited carbon, and third one high voltage ink film type of resistor, and fourth one metal film, and fifth one metal glaze, and wire wound and ceramic metal. Among all these things we'll be using the wire wound as well as the carbon composition resistors. So most popularly used resistors in electrical and electronics engineering are carbon composition resistors, and second one is the wire wound resistors. So carbon composition resistor. This resistor is enclosed in a plastic case to prevent the entry of the moisture from outside, because when the moisture enter into this carbon it become the acid, because CO2 when it is mixed with the water some gases may produced, so it will lead to the insulation damage of this resistance material. So therefore available in power ratings, they are available in a power rating of 1 by 8, 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 1 and 2 watts. Even the resistors are also available in a rating of the power ratings. So 1 by 8, 1 by 8 or 1 by 4 or 1 by 2, half or 1 and 2, 2 watts or 3 watts or 4 watts, like this. Even they are also specified in wattage rating. It indicates that it can able to bear such amount of the power as a heat dissipation. Similarly, they are also available in voltage ratings: 250 volts resistor, 350 volt resistor, or a 500 volt resistor, which indicates that maximum voltage that can be applied to that particular resistor is 250, 350, and 500 volts. Say carbon composition resistor, it is having a tendency to produce electrical noise due to the current passing from one carbon particle to another particle. That means this carbon composition resistor, when electrical current is passed through this resistor, a small hissing noise is produced. It can be observed from a separate headphones. It produces a hissing noise when it is observed from the loudspeaker. Or and also it is extensively used in entertainment electronics. So whatever we have discussed earlier for the color composition, it is nothing but the carbon composition resistor. So as said here, you can also calculate the value of this particular resistance. Here band 1 is having yellow, which is a 4 number, so therefore 4, and band 2 violet, which is having a 7 number, therefore 7, and band 3 you can observe the red, so that is having a 0 0, therefore 4700 ohms, and band 4 of gold color, which is having a tolerance of 5%. So in this way you can calculate the value of the resistor. And also band 5 and 6 usually for 1% metal film types, and band 6 for temperature coefficient purpose. And wire wound resistor, it consists of a ceramic core wound with a drawn wire. So it is how it looks. It is having the high stability and highest power rating. So compared to the ceramic resistors, these wire wound resistors are somewhat high stable and they are available in high power ratings. And it is coated with insulating materials such as baked enamel, sometimes the red oxide. So different configurations of wire wound resistors. One is the fixed resistor, and second one is a variable resistor. See, fixed resistor, it is the one which has a single value of resistance, which means that a constant, which means that it remains a constant across the two terminals. A fixed value of resistance is suppose 10 ohms, 20 ohms, 30 ohms, like that it are available. Next one is variable resistance or variable resistor. It is also called variable varistor. It is also called varistor simply. They are used to vary the amount of resistance so as to change the current or voltage in a circuit. So there are two types of these variable resistors. One is the variable rheostat and second one is a potentiometer. So these two comes under the categories of the variable resistor. So rheostat, it is a variable resistance with the two terminals connected in series with the load along with the jockey with the slides on the tube. So I'll show here, it is used to vary the amount of current. You can observe this is the variable rheostat where you can see the two ends across the two ends of the resistor, and also one black terminal which is connected, it is observed on the top end of this sliding contact. So with the help of this sliding contact, the resistance can be varied from 0 to the maximum values. So you can see here a simple circuit having a voltage source V, which is connected to a fixed resistance and second one of variable resistance. Suppose if this variable sliding contact is at 1, then no resistance will be connected in the circuit. Second resistance is not connected in the circuit. Only fixed resistance is connected. Suppose this variable sliding contact is at position 2, then maximum amount of the variable resistance is also connected. Therefore, these resistance also come in series with the fixed resistance value. And potentiometer, it is a variable resistance with 3 terminal connected across the voltage source along with the sliding arm. It is used to vary the voltage division between the sliding arm and any one fixed end. It is also known as a POT and simply the potentiometer. Here in a potentiometer you can observe the 3 terminals. Here you can observe the 3 terminals as shown here. The 2 terminals are fixed to the supply and the third terminal is the variable terminal, and that will vary the voltage from 0 voltage to the maximum values by varying the sliding contact. You can observe in this figure, it is input voltage and it is connected to the terminals 3 and 2 as a fixed, and the output is connected to the terminal 2 and 1. So to vary the output voltage, terminal 2 is varied in such a way from 1 to 3. When it is in the 2, exactly in this position, half of the voltage is obtained at the output terminals as shown here. Also, when it is in the terminal or at the point 3, suppose the 2 is at the point T, a maximum input voltage, I mean the input voltage will become the output voltage. Suppose if that terminal is connected in at point 1, then there is no output voltage. In this way, the potentiometer is used to get the variable voltage source and to function as a voltage divider. In fact, the resistance rheostat, variable rheostat as well as the potentiometer also does the same job, but there is slight modifications here. It is also a 3-terminal and it is also a 3-terminal device. In series, it is connected in series with the load and voltage source. And the next one, in a potentiometer, it ends or connected across the voltage source. So rheostat, it varies the current, and a potentiometer taps off the part of the voltage. So in this section we have discussed about what is a resistance and what is electric circuit, what is Ohm's law and its limitations, and color coding of the resistance, loss of resistance, and a potentiometer. Thank you for watching the video.